Good evening. My name is Mohammad Yasin, and today I am presenting the topic Internal versus External Business Factors, a comparative study of controllable and uncontrollable factors in business strategy. This is outline of my presentation. What are business factors? Internal factors deep dive, external factors deep dive, comparative analysis, real world case study implications, and conclusion and references. What are business factors? Business factors are the conditions and forces that affect how a company runs and grows. They are divided into two categories. First, internal factors, and second, external factors. Internal, internal factors are the forces that originate within the organizations. Management has direct authority to shape, adjust, or eliminate these. It involves organizational culture, financial resources, human capital, operational processes, and leadership decisions. And the next one, external factors. These are uncontrollable factors. These come from outside the company. Management cannot control them. They can only react. It includes economic conditions, government regulations, competitive landscape, technological shift, and natural events. What are internal factors? It includes human resources, financial resources, operational processes, organizational culture, marketing and branding, research and innovations. Human resources includes employee skills, morale, training programs, and talent acquisition strategies directly impact productivity and innovations. Financial resources. It includes capital structure, cash flow, investment, and budgeting decisions what the company can pursue strategically. Operational processes, efficient things are done, supply chain, production quality, technology use. Good operation means lower cost plus better products. Organizational culture, the value and norms inside the company. A good culture makes employee more engaged and decision faster. Marketing and branding, pricing, advertising, product design, and brand image. Research and development and innovations. Money spent on research and new product development. This determines whether a company leads to industry or just follows. This is study strength and weakness analysis. Study strength. When managed well, strong corporate cultures drive employee retention and productivity. Robust and pipeline creates first mover advantage in new markets. Efficient operations reduce cost structure, widening profit margins. Strong brand equity reduces customer acquisition cost significantly. Weakness when neglected. Poor leadership creates slow departments and slow decision making. Outdated technology raises operational cost and reduces quality. Weak HR practices cause high turnover and loss of institutional knowledge. External factors. This is Pastel framework. Political, economic, social, technological, environmental, and legal factors. Political factors include government stability, trade policies, taxation, and regulatory environment. Economic factors include inflation, interest rates, GDP growth, exchange rates, and unemployment. Technological factor includes innovation, pace, automation, data transformation, and R&D trends. Environmental factors, climate change, sustainability pressures, ESG requirements, and legal factors are labor laws, IP protection, consumer rights, legislation, and compliance mandates. External factor, this is Porter's five forces framework. How external competitive factors shape strategy. Threat of, threat of new entrants. Lower entry barriers invite new competitors. High barriers such as capital, IP, brand loyalty protects incumbents and disruption. Bargaining power of suppliers. Supplier with unique resources of few alternatives can raise costs, exclude margins, and limit operational flexibility. Bargaining power of buyers. When customers have many choices, they demand lower prices, high quality, or better terms, compressing profitability. Trade-off substitute. Alternative products or service can erode demands. Competitive rivalry. Intense rivalry among existing competitors drive price war, heavy advertising spends. Comparative analysis internal versus external factors. Internal factors have high controllability, manager decide directly, while external factors have low controllability, reactive adoption only. Internal factors origin within the organization, while external factors origin outside the organizations. Examples of external factors are culture, finances, HR, operations. External factors examples are economy, politics, competitor, trend, etc. Response times in internal factors, proactive, change on demand, while in external factors, response times is reactive. Impact horizon, internal factors are short to medium term, while external factors medium to long term. Risk source, internal factors, poor decisions, inefficiency. External factors, market volatility, regulation, disruption. Management tool, operational planning and culture, scenario planning and risk management. Relative impact of key business factors. This is a graph of internal and external factors: leadership, culture, finance, HR and talent, R&D, operations. This is a case study of Apple Incorporations. Apple Incorporation is one of the most studied corporations in business strategy, offering rich insight into how internal excellence and external navigation combine for sustained competitive advantage. Internal factor that built an empire. Visionary leadership. Steve Jobs institutionalized a culture of perfection and design first thinking. Tim Cook brought operational genius, supply chain mastery that slashed costs while maintaining quality. Leadership directly drove Apple's differentiation strategy. Proprietary ecosystem (R&D). Apple's vertical integration, designing its own chips, Apple Silicon, OS, software, and hardware, gave unparalleled control over performance and user experience. This is a purely internal strategic choice with massive competitive payoff. Organizational culture. Apple nurtures a culture of secrecy, ambition, and craftsmanship. This ensures premium quality products. Financial strength. Massive cash reserve and high profit margins let Apple invest in R&D and acquisition without needing external funding. Apple navigating external factors. How Apple deal with uncontrollable factors. Geopolitical risk. The US-China trade war threatened Apple's supply chain. 90% of iPhones made in China. Apple responded by shifting some production to India and Vietnam. Regulatory pressure. The European Union's Digital Markets Act forced applied to Apple to follow third-party app system, costing billions. Apple had no choice but to comply. Economic cycle. During 2023 and 4, inflation surge, Apple saw iPhone upgrade cycle slow down as consumer delayed purchases. The company had no control over interest rate or consumer spending power. It could only adjust promotions and financial offers. Study implications. How to use both factors. Integrated business study framework. Assess internal capabilities. Conduct SWOT analysis to identify strength to leverage. Audit financials, human and operational resources. Define core competencies that provide competitive edge. Scan the external environment. Apple facial analysis regularly. Use 5 forces to map competitive dynamics. Monitor regulatory and geopolitical developments. Track disruptive technology trends on the horizon. Align strategy and adapt. Match internal strength to external opportunities. Build risk mitigation plans for external threats. Create flexible strategies that allow rapid pivoting. Develop scenario plans for 3 to 5 years horizon. This is key takeaways. Internal factors are your foundation, culture, leadership, and financial determine what you can build. Neglecting them creates structural vulnerability regardless of how favorable the market is. The strongest strategy is to integrate both using sword, pestle, and Potter five forces together. Creates a holistic view that separates reactive businesses from proactive market leaders. Ignoring external factors is studying blindness. Product has strong internal processes but fail to respond to detailed photography. A fatal external technology shift. This is references of my presentation. Thank you.